Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to Onward VR Master League on this fine Friday evening. My name is Noman with a 4. I am joined by everyone's favorite caster, or at least one of them, Sleepy. How you doing, Sleepy?
I'm doing great, Noman. Thanks for having me this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. We're gonna bring you some delightful action here today. We've got G-Men playing Globochem. Oh, this matchup. I've been looking forward to it all week. I'm not gonna lie to you, Sleepy. What are you thinking about it?
Yeah, it's a good one, and that's exactly why I put my name down on it very, very quickly. Because we are going to see a lot of tactical gameplay. Both of these teams very thoughtful about where they push, where they look. Their defenses are usually very tight. We're going to see a lot of very strong gameplay tonight, I feel.
Absolutely, and all the teams are in, so before we jump into the action, let's quickly go over the picks and bans. So the first map we are playing is going to be Argo. And the bans coming out, so G-Men ended up banning Quarantine. And Globochem came out with a not super surprising ban of Subway. What do you think about those map choices, Sleepy?
Globochem banning Subway. We've seen them do not so well against teams since the new Subways come out, so that's obviously, I think, a defensive ban. And then, let's see, what in the Q1, that was one. Quarantine Day, that was one I didn't really understand. I would have thought men would want to take the battle to Globochem on that map, but it does not seem so. It seems they don't feel their game is as strong as Globochem's on Quarantine, though I'd argue that it could be on the right day. However, we'll just have to see.
That we will indeed have to see. Yeah, the Q1 ban is surprising to me as well. I mean, I'm just looking at the statistics on the site here, and G-Men, it's about a 50% win ratio there out of 18 games played. They've won 9 on Quarantine. Obviously, Globochem a little bit better of a record, 94% of their 17 played. They have won 16, but it is their top played and one map. They win second most rounds on it as well. So maybe not a surprising ban now that the teams have that match page to take a look at statistics. And one more thing before we jump into the game while the rest of the players are getting ready. Take a quick gander at the lineup for today and the lineup of all the teams. So on the G-Men side, we've got Biggie Smalls, 404, Chief Pineapple, Swooty, The Man, Brass to Mouth, Dr. Leo Marvin, and cut off there at the bottom is Nightfire, our favorite caster. And on the Globochem side, we've got Thunder Pilot, Auto, Pants, Raffaello, Toast, Arsenic, Mixologist, and Norseman there at the bottom. Both lineups I think a lot of people are familiar with. Players have been around for a long time. They've actually got matches between these two teams on the site going all the way back to Season 1. So this is a slugfest that's been going on for quite some time. But yeah, I think we're just waiting on... Oh, nope, there we go. We are going to be kicking this round off. And going into round 1, map 1, G-Men versus Globo.
What do you think?
Yeah, I need to check
Do you think G-Men has what it takes to take down Globochem? I mean, they've taken down SMC, and SMC probably being one of the second or third strongest teams in the U.S., so do you think they have what it takes to take down Globochem tonight?
I think they're going to need to bring that aggression, and 404 grabbing a quick pick onto Raphael in the distance. It is still a revivable down, but the smoke coming out there from Globochem to come and grab the revive, and Globo hasn't left their spawn, really. They've been sitting back here just waiting for G-Men to make that push, so I wonder if that aggression might end up being a bad thing.
I don't know, but Thunder Pilot is going to be able to get Raphael up, and Raphael's going to make his way over in between the buildings closer to the objective. That's the thing that I'm concerned about with the Globochem defense at the moment. There's not a lot of coverage directly on the objective. They're expecting almost a full eastern side push, or I'm sorry, western side push. Some nice frags coming out, unfortunately unable to connect there.
Yeah, so far, I think Globochem is still just doing the waiting on pick strategy, which we know so well. Arsenic trades shots in the hill there. Mixologist picks up Chief Pineapple in the center.
Ooh,
And that's one. Brast him out, yeah. He does pick up Arsenic there in that tunnel. Sorry for cutting you off, buddy.
No, all good. A lot of stuff going on at once here.
Yeah, we are now in a 4v4, but a tight one it is. Dr. Leo Marvin here pushing up onto Thunder Pilot's position. If he makes any noise, Thunder is going to pop this corner and give him the business. I wonder if he's checking through that crack. Take a look here. He's not looking right now, and Leo Marvin's already pushed up pretty close to the objective. Shots coming out from Otto there towards the center, not landing either.
He's not going to see Thunder, bro. Thunder's going to take the shots. And Dr. Leo Marvin's going to go down. Rastamouth has made his way over into the exit of the tunnel. He's going to push out a little aggressively. That might give away his position. Yes, it seems. Yep, Mix just checked his tablet. He's heard the noise. He's checked to see. There's definitely no enemy. Frag going to come out. No, flash from Thunder Pilot. Not sure the intended target. Maybe it was 404 there, but Rastamouth Mixologist here going to mix it up out near the tunnel exit on the southwest side of the map.
Another flash coming out. Does blind him as well. Shots coming out from Raph, grabbing 404 and Swooty. And there's Globo taking that round with a trade. Interesting start so far. So that was a Globo on cargo that I don't think I've been accustomed to, I should say. That was very slow, very almost, I mean, I guess beginners-esque in terms of defense, not pushing up, pretty much letting G-Men have run of 3/4 of the map. It was an interesting layout. What do you think about that?
I have to say I'm in agreement with you. I don't understand their kind of reserve defense. Ultimately, it did work for them because they focused most of their defense in the center with a few over towards the west, and then one guy, Raphael, in the east, who ended up being able to come around behind and get a double. But from the top looking down, it just seemed very unorthodox and very risky. And it could have been very risky. Those individual picks could have come out in favor of G-Men, and we could have easily have seen Marsoc taking that last round, but it worked for them. And of course that also has a lot to do with the time spent by the players on Globochem to make sure that they are in top shape for every match that they ever play. I mean, these guys are always scrimming, always practicing.
Yeah, definitely two teams that have put in the work over the years, no question about that. Yeah, I'm excited for this matchup after seeing that. I think G-Men are going to come back with maybe what I saw lack of there was utilization of the new smokes, right? The directional smoke canisters now. I wonder if that's part of it, is that they don't want to use a smoke that now is sort of more of a dice roll than a guaranteed cover. But not seeing any smokes really used on an offensive push on cargo to me seems, I don't know, insane. It's basically a map built for smokes. It's what you need in order to cross these tight sight lines.
You're absolutely right, and I think the new smokes do have people concerned about throwing them, because if they throw them and they don't land correctly, smoke could be basically smoking inside of a building that you can't even access or utilize anyways. So it could be an ended up wasted utility if it lands wrong or bounces wrong. So it's a tough thing right now. I'm hoping the devs are hopefully considering a change to that, because as we can see here, Chief Smoke not going to work as he intended.
Yeah, but Globo's smokes do end up developing on that east side, and they are going to use them to push up. Leo Marvin trying to grab Raphael with the shield, however, not going to be able to land those shots, and now it slows up Raph and Thunder's push on this side. And Swooty's got to be careful. He's got Arsenic on the other side of the wall. If he decides to get overly aggressive, it's going to be bad for him, but Leo Marvin does pick up Raph with that PKM shot, and the trade comes out there as well. Mix grabs Brastamouth. Swooty grabs Thunder Pilot, and we're in a 3v3 with the res coming, but there's Arsenic grabbing Swooty. That's the sound that he did not want to put out.
No, and now Chief with a team kill on the Dr. Leo Marvin. He finishes his teammate off. with the grenade that he had pulled a long time ago. He's been waiting to throw that grenade so that he didn't get penalized. And now, unfortunately, he's penalized twice. Swooty got a little aggressive there in the center, and he paid for it. Now it's a 3v2. It's Chief Pineapple and 404 defending the objective against Arsenic, Mixologist, and Otto.
Coming out there from Arsenic, well placed, but
Very
fortunately
much so.
for Pineapple, he was long gone there, and now we're seeing this 3v2. Now the defense is a little bit, I don't know, too spread out, I think, for this objective. The way they've got this sort of long angle with Chief, an easy pre-fire spot, especially for a team like Globochem. And then 404, he's in a good position. He should be able to hear the approach, but as we can see here, Mix just crawling his way up, not making any unnecessary noise. And so again, this is very methodical play from Globochem. We're seeing them take up these positions and sort of just wait for G-Men to make mistakes. In the center, Arsenic was absolutely silent, just waited for Swooty to come into his vision. Didn't even have to really wrap around to the door that far to grab that pickup.
Well, I can tell you right now, it's probably going to pay off for them, because just kind of watching Chief Pineapple over the last few minutes, he's gotten very antsy. Now, I understand that he has a big area to cover here defending this particular objective. He's got to watch that little narrow alley between these two buildings. He's got to watch the backside for any shooters who can get a pick onto him. Now there's smoke over there. That's going to freak him out even more. So it could be that he runs out and just puts himself in the open for the offensive team, and that could be the defender on the objective gone. Here's a grenade, and he does! It picks up Chief, and 404 is going to grab Mix in return. But Arsenic's right there to grab 404. Auto finishing off Chief Pineapple, and Globo take their second point here on map number 1.
Yeah, that was, I guess that was best case, but as we know, Globochem typically does not stress too much about grabbing those captured objectives, so I don't think that's what G-Men were worried about. But yeah, being down to 2 men that early really kind of hurt their defensive positioning, right? I mean, 404's position was just so open. It was so easy for Arsenic to wrap around once he heard the shots ring out onto Mix, and, you know, coupled with the fact that Mix was just down but not out, so able to still make call-outs and just able to cinch that offensive round up. But man, really interesting playstyle. I'm so used to the aggression from Globochem, that sort of, we'll call it restrained aggression. And here we're sort of seeing a more laid-back approach to this. I wonder if that's their counter tactic to the G-Men style of play.
Could be. As I said, both of these teams are very methodical, so you're going to expect that both of these two teams have done their research. Globochem not messing around. G-Men don't mess around either. I've seen them bring their playbooks out in person, do a little personal team strategizing. So we're bound to see some interesting stuff unfold. I am hoping to see G-Men put a point up on the board here in map number 1. However, they've come close once. Can they pull it off and pull off at least 1 point here and keep the map wash of a 4-0 loss?
Yeah, let's take a look and see if that's the case in round 3 here of Cargo. G-Men now having to work with that far north objective. Not quite the furthest north one, but a very difficult one to cap on nonetheless. And I wonder if they've got to be thinking cap here as well. That would be a great equalizer for them.
Some defensive smokes coming out there, and some good ones actually.
Early pick there by Swooty, grabs Arsenic. The confirm comes out from Pineapple, and Free Fire's coming out all over the place here. Mix now setting up in the smoke. Chief Pineapple's gonna have to be careful as he checks his corner.
Oh, he's playing slow, and he doesn't even hear Mix. He's right next to him. What's going on here? Why is Chief not turning towards Mix?
It must have been a volume thing with the smoke, but yeah, he does not hear him. Mix grabs the pistol and executes.
But how do you not hear an AK-47 firing 10 feet from your head, smoke or not? Thunder Pilot, he's going to grab 404 there, and now it's just down to 3 members of G-Men left. 404 is about to be revived. Yes, there's Brass Mouth, the newest addition to the G-Men. Dr. Leo Marvin gonna pick up Mixologist, and now it's a 1v4, and the G-Men have a chance here. They could do something with this opportunity. It's 4v1. Thunder Pilot's gonna get really aggressive. He's gonna find Dr. Leo Marvin. Is Thunder gonna cap this or clutch this? No. 404 gonna get the kill, and G-Men are gonna get their first point on the map, just as I had asked.
Yeah, that was a great set of plays there to recover that. I think the pickup on Arsenic was pretty key because he was in a good position there to pick off a couple of the members of G-Men pushing up on that side. And I think that was exactly what they needed. I'm sure they would have loved to have seen a cap, but if they're not in the position to do so, and especially with Thunder's rotations there, he was doing the right thing, making sure that no enemy got by him without making some noise and making sure he was aware of it. So that was the right play by him, but G-Men still able to grab that round very nicely. Yeah, that's an interesting scenario with Mix and Pineapple there. Not entirely sure what happened, but that hitbox on that box is pretty ridiculous, it looks like.
Maybe his headphones fell off.
He's playing in hardcore mode, Sleepy. That's where he doesn't need to listen to the game. He just does it by sight. And
he's playing in hardened veteran mode. He's got tinnitus and can't hear anything. Just audio full blast. He just can't hear a thing.
Yeah, that is going to be my bet. And this series has been real good so far. We're only 3 rounds in, but we're seeing some moves by these guys. I'm already loving it.
Yeah, and I can only imagine what we'll see in these future maps, but for now, get back into the action on round 4.
You will, my good friend.
And Mix actually talking about how he is also in awe about what just happened with Chief Pineapple back there.
Yeah, well, he had enough time to whip out his pistol and
just execute.
Do him dirty. Do him real dirty there, Mix. Some shots ringing out early, as we would expect from both teams. Not catching anybody. Leo Marvin rotating up in the northwest there. Swooty grabbing Raphael quickly as he pushed up into the center with the shield, and the shield's not working for Raphael right now.
That is a crucial pick. Swooty and the G-Men learning to have dealt with the shield, and Brass, the mouth of the great grenade. He grabs 2. One's an insta. Mixologist still able to be revived, though. Will Otto go for it, or will he stay away? He could be seeing a follow-up grenade here, and that would be smart, but no, Otto gonna slowly peek out and get Mixologist up and equal things back out here. It'll be a 5-3 now with Mixologist back on the board.
They're in a tough scenario here. Globochem's got to find a way out of this position here that they're kind of stuck in, a little bit spread out. I think they're expecting the defensive aggression. Shots do ring out onto Swooty's position, but Otto's the one that's going to grab someone at the barrels. That's Leo Marvin. Another grenade comes out. Brass finishing Mix. Wow, he grabbed that grenade off someone else and said, I got some work to do. I'm not done yet. And Mix sticking around in that spot gets confirmed by that nade. Great throws by Brass.
The backboard, though, it hit the container and just plopped right down behind Mix. Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah, this is not where Globo wants to be right now. A botched frag coming out from Otto, not going to be clearing any rooms. He's making noise. Swooty's on the inside here. Is Otto going to know? He does pop the pre-fire, and it doesn't work for Swooty. Otto does grab him, but Brass cleans him up as he rotates out into the second center building, and now it's just all up the Thunder Pilot.
Brass to clutch, we should call him. He's had 2 beautiful grenades and a nice clutch refrag onto Otto.
I think Thunder's game crashed out. Yes, indeed, he did freeze and crash, and G-Men are going to take that. Please disregard the banner there. That was a G-Men win, but clean win, unfortunately, due to a crash. They did drop that out. And that is the nature of the beast these days.
Yes, unfortunately, they were too late into that round, so that one will count. G-Men will take that point. Albeit, I will say that they pretty much already had earned that win on defense. They had a strong play. They took out a lot of. They had already taken down 4 of 5. It was the last man that was left. It's unfortunate that that's the way the round lost. Maybe Thunder Pilot could have pulled something crazy out there, but things were looking really good for G-Men.
Yeah, definitely. I do not want to take away from the plays G-Men made there. I was just referencing clean in terms of having most of their members still alive and Globo being down. It's pretty rare that we see rounds against Globo that end with most of the rest of the team still alive. So a good play by G-Men there, and those nades by Brass to Mouth, just perfect, just exactly what he needed, and that confirm nade he grabbed and finished mix off with.
Yeah, I wonder if SMC are kicking themselves now after letting Brass to Mouth go, or after having them part ways, because man, he is definitely doing damage for the G-Men squad right now.
Yeah, that is very true. It's become very quickly apparent as well. It's he's relatively new. It's only been, I think, 2 weeks maybe, or 3 weeks. I don't know. It hasn't been that long since he joined the roster, and it seems like he's already sort of coming in and jiving with the team and putting his talents to work. So that was a great start. So we are seeing the 5th member of Globochem back in the lobby and readied up, so we should be underway here shortly. Meantime, I do want to thank everybody for coming to hang out with us on your Friday night. We're happy to bring this cast to you and bring all the love of Onward into your living room or office space or vehicle or what have you. And we appreciate you guys hanging out, subbing, dropping bits, making clips. I think there's a rap song in there somewhere, but
dropping bits, making clips.
Thank you, Sleepy. Yep. Somebody clip that. We'll make that a transition sound for the future.
A transition sound.
Yeah, that's
for the replays.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna launch
the stereotypical air horn.
Yeah, exactly. We need that young
Fritos
flair.
bags and Mountain Dew labels everywhere.
Stop it, Sleepy. You're driving people. I could hear our viewer count just plummeting after you say that.
You mean growing? I'm sorry. MLG over here.
That's true.
I don't know about you. Meow.
Oh boy.
You may want to bump my audio. I was seeing some issues about me sounding low. I thought we checked this.
It was very checked, but I did indeed bump you up, so I think we should be a little bit better.
Some people, though, I've heard complain, and then I've gone back to watch the cast later, and I'm like, I hear myself just fine.
Well, you know, it takes a village, I guess, is what...
We should start tracking the people who complain about my audio.
Yeah.
We might need to have them just get their ears checked or something. Maybe my voice comes in at a frequency that only lemurs can hear or something.
Yeah, exactly. But that notwithstanding, we are jumping into round 5 of this first map, the G-Men Globochem series, all tied up after an unfortunate disconnect from Globo, but a dominating defense performance by them as well. And the pre-fire that we are so used to seeing early on coming out, Leo Marvin checking this tunnel in a very safe way.
Yeah, and Swooty pushing up in the middle. He's looking for them perps. He's trying to find them juicy perps here against Globo, and no, Chief Pineapple's gonna down Chief Pineapple.
That nade was pretty far. It came over from this corner. I'm surprised it was able to grab him, but now Otto is peeking this side. Swooty does grab the revive on Pineapple, and we're still in a 5v5 after a pretty... Oh, that was a very close nade there. I caught the tail end of it by Raphael. Almost grabbing Chief as he revived Swooty.
Chief just needs to stay away from grenades tonight. That's the second one that he's done negative damage to his own team with. He's just not having a good night. I'm sorry to have to say that, buddy, but you're just not. Dr. Leo Marvin, though, he's pushed up pretty ahead of the rest of his team. He's a little out of sync here. He needs to hold up, especially with 404, but never mind. It doesn't matter. Raphael's going to find 404. A nice smoke's going to come out from Brass to Mouth, a little short, maybe. Leo Marvin finds Otto. He's now tucked into the canister. He's got Pat out. But he's too far out in the open. Mixologist's going to come through and find him and shut that cap down. Swooty's on the move in the middle. Brass finds one. Swooty finds another. Silent Or Raphael, sorry. Finds Brass, but Chief cleans up Raphael. Now it's a 1v1. It's just Chief versus Mix. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to break this tie? Ooh, Chief actually might have the better angle here.
And this is such a difficult objective to defend by yourself. It's
Mix knows which way to watch now, though, from the smoke. He almost catches Chief out on the cross.
Mix not re-peeking that corner. Very smart. Rotating out of that position now that Pineapple knows where those shots came from. It's just going to be a battle of back and forth. I know where he is. He knows where I'm at.
I think Brass to Mouth was giving some call-outs there. Chief looking almost directly towards where Mix is. Chief gonna check tablet, look at time, make some more movements. He's not staying still for very long, which is good and bad. He's making a lot of noise, but he's never in the same spot. Even if Mixologist was to have heard him in one particular place, he's going to be in a completely different place in 15 seconds from then.
Yeah, absolutely. And these rotations are exactly the kind of thing that we see from these top tier teams, always being aware of the battlefield, being aware that the enemy team is aware of your presence. And he does look and catch Mix's feet right there, but not able to land a shot on him. And he's very aware of this position. If he's quiet enough.
Yeah, I mean, if he just slows down, he's a little too excited. I think the adrenaline going a little bit too much for him right now because he's moving too quickly. Mixologist going to hear this coming. Here it comes. He's pushing around the corner, and Mix is waiting and ready. Mix going to grab that third point for Globochem and break that tie here on map number 1. Man, though, we are getting some good Onward here tonight. This is a great match right here.
Yeah, this has been better than I expected even. I mean, honestly, I expected a great game from these two teams, but this back and forther is exactly the kind of thing I want to be seeing on my Friday night. Whew. I mean, what do you think was the better play there? Was it to rotate further around, right? Because he kept trying to approach through the center, and I think that when you're that close and when you know the defender has to be on objective, you kind of want to get a little distance so that your approach is quieter and more difficult to see. I think if he'd have come in from that east side and maybe came along the blue canister or the blue box, he would have been a little bit safer. What do you think?
Well, I think he would have been fine before he threw that initial smoke on his push when he was at that blue container. He was in a great spot. He had the angle. If he'd have slowed down and even pulled his pad out early, he might have been able to sneak in there and ninja it. He also would have had a few options depending on Mix's movements to be able to go in and counter the last defender. But yeah, I think like I said during the round there, Chief's adrenaline might have got the better of him. He was moving around really fast, which was good when he was relocating and trying to decide on where he wanted to attack. But when he finally decided to push in and go for Mixologist, he was using too much speed, so he's making too much noise. So Mix was just pointed right at that container opening and just laid right into him right when he pulled up. So it's just a matter of being able to control that adrenaline, control that those nerves, to be able to control the sound that you're making so that you're not giving your position away, especially if you need to sneak up on the last defender like Chief did there.
Absolutely, and we'll see what happens here on round 6. Can G-Men hold this defense, or will Globo run this map down and leave it down to just one? Some pre-fire there coming down from Auto, not gonna land. Offensive smokes landing a little bit too far to provide any real cover. Swooty and Brass still have eyes on all of the different approaches that Globochem have. Some check nades coming out from Arsenic a little bit too early. Another one in return, also not landing.
Very close.
And we are, I mean, it's just a back and forth here. They're hoping to get those little chips, right? Trying to chip away a defender or an offender here. Nothing doing yet. We're still in a 5v5. Globochem again taking that slow approach, focusing largely on the west side. Arsenic grabs Swooty in this little corridor right here. Unbelievable.
That's in a teeny tiny crack. He shoots for Brass to Mouth, but unfortunately he misses. So now the team's going to know that he's there in the center. I think Brass is going to try and use the crack in the cargo door to try and pick Arsenic. So Arsenic's going to have to be very careful while he's trying to peek from those cargo boxes.
Yeah, and the smart idea there is to rotate out just like he does. You don't want to stick around there too long, especially if shots ring out in your direction. A bit too far on that frag, but it could have been devastating. Thunder and Silent both
Could have.
very close there. Sorry, Raph, not Silent. These names, what are you people doing? Mix grabbing Pineapple on the west, and G-Men's defense is starting to crumble a little bit here. I think we're going to start seeing that Globo push. I think they know they've got a couple down, and this is the time to make their move, but they're going to have to deal with 404 here. He's got a sight line clear across. If they don't deal with him before they make this push, he's going to be devastating, and Raphael gets grabbed by 404 in that position. It's just a down. And this position is aware. Arsenic comes around, pre-fire and grabs him. Brass Mouth grabs Thunder Pilot and Raph. Mix grabs Brass, and we're in a 3v1. Leo Marvin the only one on the objective now.
Uh-oh. You're by yourself, Noman. I'll be back momentarily.
No problem at all. And Leo Marvin making the checks. Unfortunately, he was flashed. Auto comes around, capitalizes on the flash. Globochem go up 4-2, taking that first map away from G-Men. And what a game that was so far. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I think that could have gone either way. If G-Men had been a little bit more patient there and just forced Globo to make their move across the center, they could have capitalized a little bit better on some of that rotation. They did get the shield player down. Raphael having issues with the shield today, apparently. Not able to really make any plays with it just yet, but grabbing that kill, and if they could have grabbed Arsenic on that repeak, or Thunder on that repeak, it could have turned the tides, but it is 4-2 for Globochem, and we are going to be going into the second map here shortly.
But it was a hell of an entertaining map regardless.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about that. Exactly the kind of action we expected, and we're going to be loading into map 2 here. Map 2 is Bazaar.
Well, we're going to see the great Onward action continue here. Moving into Bazaar. Another great map in Onward. I'm still blown away that G-Men banned Q1. I really felt like this would be a good matchup between these two teams on Q1.
Yeah, that I think would have been a really good one, although the last time they played Q1 against each other, Globo just swept it 4-0. So I think that was their reluctance in playing that again. Between that and Bazaar, those were the two maps that Globo so far has swept G-Men on since Season 5. So Bazaar is that second map, in fact. They have played on it twice, and Globochem has won 4-0 both times. So definitely the Globo pick here. I mean, G-Men's record on Bazaar is pretty great. They've played 20 total maps on it, and they have won 60% of those, which is a pretty respectable number. But of course, Globochem has played 16, won 94%, and that's the statistics that we're dealing with here. But we'll see if G-Men can turn it around. That Cargo map, I think, was the most points that G-Men have put up against Globo in Cargo. So they are definitely making some waves here. I think that, you know, we're not going to see a 4-0 shutout here. That's my prediction. I think G-Men are going to get on the board this time.
Yeah, well, they did successfully get on the board in the last map as well, so not a washout in Cargo. They put up a great fight. Now they've got Bazaar, another well-balanced map, and a map that both of these teams, as you said, are pretty successful on. Now, granted, G-Men not always successful against Globochem here, but they're playing pretty well, and I'm interested to see how Brass to Mouth could change their dynamic here on Bazaar, especially with those on-point grenades that he pulled out on Cargo.
Yeah, those were great plays, and you have to wonder how big of an impact he was making. I believe he was the MVP for G-Men that round. I think he had something in the realm of 7 kills, 3 deaths. So pretty substantial numbers when it comes to a map like Cargo. But we are seeing a shakeup here on the lobby, and while we wait for the lobby to come back up, we're going to kick you over to a quick intermission. We will be back with some gameplay for you shortly. Thanks for sticking around. And we are back, folks.
Woo!
The lobby is set. The players are just about ready. And we're gonna get into some hot Bazaar action. What are you feeling, Sleepy? You feeling a G-Men win here? You thinking they could pull this out?
They might be able to, but we'll have to see. This is going to be Globochem's pick, so they're feeling pretty confident on it, apparently. They're going to be on the attack first. They have a pretty quick spawn for this two-story Coyote building, as Nightfire and Buxton like to call it.
They do indeed, and the round is kicking off. G-Men on defense here, center Coyote objective. And we'll see what their defensive setup looks like as we get into this round one map, or map two, not map one, the wrong map of this series. And Globochem pushing up real fast on this east side. Communications coming out, talking about the spots that they need to be checking. Arsenic, however, grabbing brass to mouth in that center very quickly. And just like that, G-Men down to 4. Smoke's out on Leo Marvin's position. Mix now making his approach.
Oh, I think Mix is going to get caught. Oh, but a trade.
Trade does come out. Raphael rushes up looking for the confirm. He does get it. And now it is a 4v3. Swooty engaged here. Ooh. Camera did not do what I wanted it to do. No. There we go. Swooty engaged with Auto, backing off on those shots. Raphael rotating out of that dangerous position with 404, but Arsenic able to pick him up from a distance. Silent Raphael grabbing Auto. Unfortunate for them. Shots coming out from Arsenic. Arsenic, however, just by himself, cleaning up this center Bazaar.
Yes, he is. Raphael gonna toss a smoke that's gonna garner some attention, but I think Swooty has got his ears dialed in on Arsenic's position. A frag comes out, Swooty makes a push. He's able to grab Arsenic. A nice flash comes out, and Raphael gonna make up for team killing Auto by closing out the match and killing Swooty for that first point here on Bazaar.
Yeah, that was a time to be trained on Arsenic's screen. He grabbed quite a few in that center with almost no opposition whatsoever. I mean, he basically walked in there. He kept the count correct. They did have that unfortunate team kill in the east, but we'll see. Felt like that was distraction level work while Arsenic cleaned up any rotations. And yeah, Globochem do go up on that first round. So what's the special sauce that G-Men need here? Is it more aggression, less aggression? It's hard to say. From their play so far, it's been pretty good, but there's a lot of defensive rotation there. More than I would expect for a map like Bazaar, especially with most of your teammates alive. What do you think is that missing element here? Sleepy's got to think about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's not an easy question. I mean, Globochem brings a great game. I think if I was able to answer this question, nobody would have trouble beating Globochem.
Yeah, we'd all be top 1 teams. That's true.
Exactly. They wouldn't have been number 1 for so long. I mean, obviously beginners figured out a formula that worked, or they got lucky. I mean, at OC5, who knows? However, teams are knocking on Globochem's door. It's not that teams aren't able to compete with them. It's just something about Globochem, whether it's their chemistry, whatever it is, they have something that nobody else seems to have, because they do it and they can do it consistently. G-Men, they're playing very strong this season, but can they be consistent? If they can be consistent, then maybe by the end of this season, a rematch could swing the way of G-Men. But this is also map 2. It's only round 2, so we'll find out. G-Men, they've got a chance to come back here, tie things up, and send us into the third map decider. But we'll have to see if that does happen as we head into the next round. Globochem on the defense, G-Men on the offense, here on Bazaar.
Indeed it is. And we're going to be seeing a pretty wide split from the defense here on Globochem. 2 opting to go into that far northeast corner. Shots coming out on the cross. Arsenic not able to grab one. Bit of confusion between east and west there, but smokes now developing. I believe those are defensive smokes. Thunder and Raph
They are.
setting up their defensive positions here on the east side, and now the approach from G-Men is going to be pretty tricky. Arsenic still laying shots down into the center. I think he mistakenly thinks he got it down there. He did not, in fact, get that, but we are still in a 5v5.
G-Men could push this and make it in. I was just looking at the overhead map. Who is this here? Chief Pineapple. If he's able to make good headway through that western alley set and make it into the objective, and just the gods on his side finds 2 picks. The 2 guys in the east, they're too far off. He's got all the time in the world. The guy in the west, Chief's pretty much already circumvented him if he can get through those buildings. Globochem playing a very aggressive defense, and I'm not sure it can pay off. I'm not sure if they've timed out their spread. That ambush in the east is just too far out, I think. Chief Pineapple, Swooty, both of them are going to be able to get through here. They can find picks. This is not looking good for Globochem's defense.
Rassim out there is just in trouble. He is getting laid into from the second story there.
Swooty saw the cross. Leo Marvin finds Raphael in the east. This is not looking good. G-Men. Swooty definitely saw Arsenic upstairs rotating. He's got his gun still fixed on the upstairs roof, or the upstairs doorway, but Arsenic is no longer there, and that's actually not good, because if they don't find Swooty and fast, Swooty can come in for a cap here, but Arsenic, he's got eyes watching that direction. An interesting position, actually, for a defender to take. You don't see that too often. Swooty's got pad out.
Thunderpilot does grab Brass there as he rotates in. Leo Marvin's going to have that information. Arsenic taking shots, does grab Swooty in that courtyard. Pineapple is damaged from those rounds, but not down. The callouts are going to come out. His position is no longer safe, and it's just 3 members of G-Men versus 4 on Globochem.
The problem being, though, that's going to cause that western defender is going to rotate back. Now we've got Mixologist coming around right behind Chief. They're going to close in right on top of it. Mix is thrown something. No, he's checked his tablet. Chief hears it coming, though. Oh, the pre-fire is going to come too soon. Mix is going to wait on it. No, Chief's going to find the kill. And they're going to close off the west now. Now the east defender needs to push his way back, or else this could go the way of the G-Man here quickly as well. Chief doing his job. He's got to take down Arsenic, though. That irregular position from Arsenic, ooh, almost catches Chief out.
Yeah, and that is going to be a tough one to break. He's going to need Leo Marvin here to wrap up his Ring Around the Rosie game. I think he's playing with Thunderpilot in the east. I think they're both hunting for each other, still haven't found what they're looking for, which is another song. I'm just all about songs and raps today. And Auto grabbing 404 on the north wall. Do a cheeky little peek in the window upstairs and evening it up a little bit more. Globochem now.
But if I try sometimes, he gets what he needs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fire here. Chief Pineapple is just getting surrounded. Arsenic now focusing solely on his position.
Oh, and Arsenic's gonna catch him on the return. Oh, Chief spots him. He pops up for a few shots. And he giggles as he runs away. He's not gonna face Arsenic that way. He knows it's a trap. Thunderpilot is finally gonna catch up with Dr. Leo Marvin in the east.
All right, last one should be over here.
And it's all up to Chief. Just take a look. What is Chief's what are your options here, really? I mean, diversionary smoke and a rotation, and now Chief realizing he's the last man alive.
Oh, and Thunderpilot barely seeing him twice now, but I think they've heard him.
Yeah, Chief made some siren noises.
Standing in the middle of the road, dude.
Yeah, and kind of gave that one away to Globochem. But they are going to take that round and go up 2-0 on this second map.
Oh man. Chief, you cracked me up.
It was an interesting choice. Yeah, he ran up behind the defense and decided to make these siren noises. I guess, again, they like playing on that hardcore mode. An interesting choice, but unfortunately that offense had unraveled a little bit earlier than that anyway, and Globochem able to go up 2 points on this second map. So I don't know. I don't know if G-Man's gonna find their point here. They're struggling to sort of stay coordinated. That's kind of what I'm getting here. They're sort of coming in at different angles. Brass kind of rotated out of a position, which he should have. He was suppressed and wasn't going to be able to make it out of that doorway, but sort of just kind of, I don't know, just rotated out into the open without communicating with the rest of his team and letting them know which way he's coming, and Leo Marvin wasn't able to back him up there. So, I don't know. I think it's just, like you said, I think it might just come down to some that special sauce, some kind of, you know, either
Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, Szechuan sauce. That mind meld between Auto and Thunder, or you know, whatever it is. But a great series so far, nonetheless. Great plays by both sides.
I also want to point out to you, Noman, that G-Men were down 2-0 when they came back and put 2 on the board against Globochem in map number 1. So I wouldn't count them out on this map necessarily for not putting up any points, because we're at 2-0 right now. But you're right, they have had a bit of a tough round here on Bazaar, where that coordination is a bit more important, because you're going to have a bigger distance between you and the guy you're supporting. Chief and Swooty actually had a great opportunity there, but I think Chief was a little behind the curve on the push. Swooty was ready to go. He was going in with tab out. He didn't even really clear kind of the front side of the Kayat building, so Arsenic's little unorthodox spot near the window on the eastern side, able to take him out pretty easily. And Chief also not ready and not looking, because I believe he might have been able to get the refrag on Arsenic had he been peeking out from that blue room that he was occupying at the time.
And definitely we are jumping now into round 3 of map 2. G-Man on defense, getting this center Humvee objective. This is always a fun one to watch. We are seeing the western spawn from Globochem. We'll see how they decide to do it. So they're crossing 2 over into Kiat along the north side. The defense setting up pretty stacked on the west, almost as if guessing the positioning.
Smokes coming out.
Tons of smokes coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 smokes.
And they're going to cover the street very nicely, in fact. Swooty gonna get aggressive though and push his way up and through. He's gonna find Thunder after pushing his way through the smokes. Will he find Raph? Raph's right behind him. But he's not rocking his shield. Swooty getting a little overconfident, and Raphael making him pay for it.
I mean, a great play nonetheless. That flash does blind whoever that was on that corridor. Thunder, yeah. Grabbing Thunder there with that flash and then rushing the smoke. It's an interesting strategy. Usually the defenses end up being a little bit too backed off, but Raphael going to get caught out by 404 in a cheeky little window spot as well.
That is correct. Otto over in the west now by the white car. He was able to make the street cross thanks to all those smokes that they've dumped. Pretty sure that was 6 smokes. I think they utilized all 3 of the members' utility to get across the street.
Arsenic does grab 1 on objective from this tank position, and G-Men looking a little light now. 3 on 3.
Yeah, and they need to put their men closer to the objective. It is a 3 on 3, and it's not going to be a super overly coordinated multi-point strike from Globochem, but there's going to be the potential for the objective to be open. You need to make sure that that's covered at all times, because Globo could end the map right here and take the series and close it out with 1 cap right now on this round.
Yeah, they are in danger of that if they don't catch Otto out in his little western flank position here that he's found. That's going to be the biggest danger. The 2 pushing on the east are still taking their time, still waiting for those rotations to come out and peak, but I think G-Men have now settled it a little bit. So we're not seeing that sort of crazy rushing around between a couple of different spots while checking their angles, so maybe this will work out for them. 404 is going to have to be careful here, not make too many sounds or rotate out of that building too early. Otto is trained on him. He's taking shots on what he thinks is a person, but that is not correct. He has given his position away now. The defense will know there is someone on that west side. We haven't seen a rotation come out from the defense yet. I think they have this locked down, but Mix is going to be looking for 404. 404 grabs him instead with a quick headshot. And now it's just the two members of Globochem, Arsenic and Otto, looking to make their approach on this objective. But G-Men looking to get themselves on the board here. Caster predictions for the win. You're welcome, G-Men. Welcome. Arsenic pushing up real slow here. Being very cautious, not making any noise. If he can keep this up, he can catch Chief entirely unawares. Otto now making a push on that far southwest side, but still taking some time. 404 still got that area locked down. Take a look and see if Arsenic can grab this kill.
I think he's got to wait. He's got to wait. He's got to wait till our Otto's in a better position. Because if he can take Chief, he's going to be able to get an angle onto whoever else that is crouched right on top of the objective. And then Otto should be able to come in from the flank and take down 404 about the same time. So at about 10 seconds, a push from Arsenic synchronizes 404. And here it comes. It's a little bit earlier than I called, but Arsenic is able to find Chief. Will Otto be able to find 404? I don't think so, and he's moved up so quickly. 404 had to have heard that. Yeah, he's checking over his back.
Yeah, Arsenic does grab Pineapple there, trying to get the shots on the ankle. Didn't do it. Forum had to wrap around. 404's definitely hearing those footsteps. Otto just checking the spots. Arsenic's calling out for him. Arsenic now throwing the smoke on objective, hoping to catch these guys out on rotation. 404 now peeking this corner, does grab Otto, and it's just up to Arsenic.
1 minute left on the clock. Arsenic doesn't have a lot of time to fool with. The grenade goes in. It does get Dr. Leo Marvin. Will 404 catch Arsenic on the push in? Arsenic has the open window. Is he going to take it? He's got 49 seconds. He's a little unsure. He seems to think he knows that Otto is taken down. He knows there's another defender. He wasn't able to confirm Arsenic, so Dr. Leo Marvin should be able to give out some good call-outs for 404 here. There's Arsenic on the peak. 404 grabs the kill. Arsenic goes down, and G-Men grab their first point on map 2. It's 2-1 here on Bazaar.
And what a round it was. That's exactly what G-Men needed. They needed to sort of isolate the members of Globo and tackle them one by one. They did just that. I think Swooty's aggressive play there in the beginning, grabbing Thunder, was the right call. I mean, they evened it up 4-4 with the immediate trade, but when Globo had to spread a little bit thin, they had a bit more of a struggle. I wouldn't say a struggle, but a bit more of a challenge to approach that objective, and G-Men were just able to capitalize on good positions.
That's right, and they can thank Swooty for that clutch, aggressive play in the beginning to shut down Thunder, like you said. Very crucial. But can we also just acknowledge Arsenic here for a moment? 7-2 on this map. He's doing great things for Globochem at the moment. Really carrying things out. Raphael gotten a few kills in. He's ditched the shield for this map, it appears, because he did catch Swooty slipping as he pushed up in the last round.
Yeah, pretty much every member so far on both teams has been making great plays. There hasn't been really any slouches just yet on either side. An interesting caster bug on my screen. I'm not broadcasting it, but apparently Sleepy, you're on G-Men now, so I don't know how you're doing both casting and playing.
Am I really? I'm on
Yeah,
G-Men?
you are on G-Men. You have a 0-0 score, which I can tell because you haven't been getting any kills.
What are you trying to say?
But I am glad that is the only 1.5 issue we will be seeing today, as all the rest of it seems to be hunky-dory. We're all on G-Men. Everyone's on G-Men.
Everybody's on the G-Men.
And why don't we take a look at the real G-Men and the real Globochem as we jump into round 4 of map 2. G-Men on the board now. 2-1. Let's see if they can make something happen with this offense. And, and we are seeing some smoke trading coming out on the offense. Lots of hands out with grenades in them. We should be seeing very coordinated play here. I'm hearing a lot of discussion about where to place smokes and where to go. Thunder Pilot's going to be their main bane here, but Arsenic too is in a great position to pick up any one of these. They're going to need this smoke to really develop. Shots ring out from Chief Pineapple towards Arsenic, not going to land, and that suppressive fire from Otto is really causing some issues on their cross. He does get a piece of Leo Marvin, and Brastamouth does go down from shots by Arsenic, and now there's 3 across the street, 1 revivable. And the battle is now moved up the street. Chief Pineapple does grab the res. Thunder and Arsenic rotate out of their aggressive positions there. Leo Marvin laying down fire on Arsenic, not gonna land on the window. And just like that, G-Men have got almost everyone across. Actually, everyone across. Leo Marvin does grab Arsenic with that headshot. He's gonna be looking for more if Thunder decides to peek that window.
This has so far been a very successful push for G-Men. Straight up the east side, all 5 together, working as a tight unit. 1 did get clipped, but that was just from some excellent suppressive fire. 404 and Thunder gonna meet. Thunder gonna find 404 to even things up here in the south and on the eastern side. With a team of 4 still working together, they could have something going for them here. If they stick within close proximity, they can focus on the refrags and get those picked up. Globochem not really changing up their defense much ever since the start of the round. I think once they confirmed that it was an eastern spawn, they rotated 1 more defender to the southeast there to help Arsenic out. I believe that was Thunder Pilot, maybe rotating from the deep south. But other than that, their defense mostly unchanged.
And the call-out's coming out from Swooty, calling Thunder Pilot's position out. Pineapple's going to be the one who might go try looking for him. I'm not sure how they're going to try to catch Thunder out in that spot. He's in a great spot to watch. Sort of the final leg of the push from the offense, but not exposing himself too much just yet.
It's going to be almost impossible to counter, at least if you're the first guy, because you're going to just have no idea whatsoever. Your only hope is that he can miss his shot and you can react and draw quick enough to catch him slipping. But I doubt you're going to find that too often with Thunder Pilot.
Yeah, absolutely. And this offense is now taking its time. This is, I think, what they need to do here. I think they need to try to make Globo uneasy if they don't have a full count. Try to make them uneasy about the positioning of the offense and make that push a little bit later. They got 3 minutes left. A good amount of time for the 4v4. And now Sweetie checking this corner. This could be dangerous. Thunder Pilot just in that doorway, but the timing did not work out, and he goes back to watching the position out towards the west. Now Chief is going to be broaching this sight line. He's going to need a teammate there. That's the key here.
Oh, Thunder's going to look away. Chief's going to have the first window of opportunity to move through. Oh, and here comes Thunder back into the frame. Will Chief spot it in time? Will Thunder see it? Neither one really making enough noise. I think Chief might have made enough noise. Thunder's coming for the peak now. He's going to see Chief. He's not going to miss. No reaction available. Swooty, though, he's going to train in onto the spot. He's hopefully going to be able to get the refrag. No, he's just going to keep pushing. Thunder's going to probably be able to grab his second one.
No, he looks away. He looks away. Swooty's inside. He's inside the defense.
With Mixologist, though, who's got a pretty good angle on this. I'm surprised he didn't take shots there, in fact.
Yeah, I don't think Swooty's going to be expecting that position. Now Swooty looking out towards Thunder Pilot's position. It's all smoked out. Defensive smoke's coming out there so he can rotate. And he's looking for Dr. Leo Marvin. And he's rushing this position. Leo Marvin's right around the corner. He's got to be hearing these footsteps. And he peeks the corner. Thunder checks the wrong room. Leo Marvin does grab Thunder there. And it's in a 3v3, evened up again. Swooty going down from Mix, however, in that spot. Brastamouth returning fire. Mix not able to respond in time, and the shots keep ringing out. They're looking for each other. Raph with the check frag.
Coming in. No.
Yeah, and great awareness there by Brass, knowing that the team is going to be looking for him. They know where his position. He knows he's likely called out. Good rotation there. But a minute left for G-Men. They've got to put something together here.
Yeah, a push needs to come out here. Dr. Leo Marvin should start making some noise maybe on that center street. Draw some attention back away from the south. Give Brass Mouth a moment to push up, get a little bit further forward, and change his angle of attack. So that way maybe he can get another pick and help Dr. Leo Marvin on his push, and they can kind of back and forth, kind of daisy chain off of one another, just kind of moving forward in a staggered column formation of sorts. Oh, but now the south is almost entirely open to Brastamouth. If he pushes smart right now, yes, now is exactly the time, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. Will he catch Raph out? No, he won't. Otto's gonna grab Dr. Leo Marvin. Raph and Brastamouth are in the same building. Raph is not searching for Brass. Brass is going to be taken down by Globochem, and they are going to stay alive.
Raph
G-Men
is denied that knife kill. He was very disheartened. He had the knife in his hand. Not able to grab that as his teammate Mix is going to pick that up for the win. Disregard that banner afterwards. It was a Globochem win. And they are up 3-1 on Bazaar, map 2.
Heyo, and a big shout out to Fairest Vivian for her Twitch Prime subscription. Too old, thank you for those bits. Phil Hendry coming through like usual with your bit donations. Almost every cast dropping some bits in there, so thank you for that. And of course, thanks again for everyone tuning into the cast tonight. We've got a great Friday night fight. G-Men, Globochem, the G teams going at it. Grand. I don't know. I was looking for G. Lost it.
It was a valiant effort. I applaud the effort. Almost perfect. But he's just so tongue-tied from your generosity, Harris, that can't do it. He can't even English right now.
English.exe is way broke, bro. Restart your PC and try again.
Restart your sleepies. All right, we'll see if G-Men here can nab themselves a defensive round. So the objective we're going to be seeing is the East Hotel objective. A very interesting one to approach, right? Because you've got a lot of what I like to call grenade coverage in that area, right? You can really sort of rain down artillery in that spot and knock out a couple of defenders if they're playing tight to the objective.
Yeah.
But smokes and a slow approach have worked as well, so I'm curious to see how Globo decides to attack this and if G-Men can hold that offense at bay.
Globochem are going to push slowly but consistently forward while using the most obscure and tiny angles possible to get picks on the G-Men defenders while they slowly swarm in for the cap. That's how I see this one going. Let's see how it plays out.
I almost thought that was like some slam poetry you just wrote. So beautiful.
The G-Men are going to die because the Globochem will come and try.
Everybody snap your fingers. I'm snapping my fingers right now. Not too loud, I don't want to ruin the cast. But G-Men are on the defense. We are on round 5 here. G-Men having a good time, just like the casters, and the offense is already up in Kiat. Raphael looking for that shot on 404. It's not going to land, but a nade's going to come out. The check's not there. Brastamouth and Mix trade headshots, and it's a 4v4.
Ooh, an aggressive move from Switty. Almost gets called out by Otto and Arsenic. He's going to push out now towards the street. Arsenic's going to see it, and he's going to capitalize on it. That's 2 men of G-Men down now to Globochem's 1.
Yeah, they're going to need to stay tight here. Those aggressive rotations into the Bazaar, I understand them, but in this case, it may have been a safer bet to play. What do I know? I don't know. It's a game. It's difficult. The players are making the choices they're making, and we are in a 4v3. Globochem up 1 man on their approach.
Dr. Leo Marvin, you gotta find a new spot. Cause I think anybody who knows your team's gonna look there for you.
Somebody, let's make a petition where Sleepy sing casts the entire game, the next game cast. That's our, get 100 signatures, he sing casts the whole thing. But yes, you are right, Leo Marvin's position is pretty common even for him. And Globochem does do their homework when it comes to match times, though they should be aware of his position. I wouldn't be surprised if we see one of those dirty arsenic grenades come into that and check that spot. But now the offense slowly making their way around. Looking at the overhead map, you see that little crescent moon they like to make as they make their approach. One player ruining the moon as I talk about it to rotate out and grab the east side. And now it's all quiet on the battlefield as the offense gets set up.
You wanna know why I've been so sing-songy lately, Noman? It's because I watched that Bohemian Rhapsody movie, that Queen rockumentary, if you will. And it is very well done, let me tell you. But I will say this. There is a Shure microphone on my Amazon wish list that
perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for, and that's exactly what 404 was looking for, grabbing that Raphael pick in the Kiat. Now he's rotating back into the objective. Evening it up, 3-3. They got to be careful. The rotations are coming out on both sides. So Arsenic and Otto now approaching on this east side. You don't want to be caught out moving too quickly. I wonder if Chief was able to... No, he's actually around the corner. They're not able to see Arsenic rotate into these courtyard, and now we're going to be seeing them approaching from 3 sides rather than 2, and that's smoke coming out from Thunder. And gonna do a little bit of blinding for Leo Marvin, but he's gonna play it calm, cool, and collected, not making any aggressive choices just yet. The offense still looking for that rotation somewhere, trying to catch one out. Otto's peeking that little sliver of the wall, not able to see.
Chief moved as if ESP or something. It's amazing. Otto is running up that scaffolding, and Chief was in that spot right there near that alley, which I'm not 100% you can see through that crack, but you might be able to. But anyways, as Otto approached that crack, Chief runs out to check a different position, and he just narrowly escapes Otto's sights. And now he goes right back into his hole there to defend the objective. And we're at 1:52 left. Globochem got to make a move here, or else G-Men going to get their second point on this map.
2 minutes.
Thunder grabs 404 really quickly in the center on a rotation, and now G-Men down to 2.
I got an angle on that guy.
Otto and Thunder bickering like brothers, because one shot at the other. Like that isn't the first time that's happened in your family.
It's the only time it can happen as safely as it does here.
This is true.
That's a nice bonus, and we're seeing the smoke now coming out from Arsenic. Chief's gonna have to be careful. He's rotating around behind him. We should be hearing these footsteps, but Otto comes in, grabs Pineapple from the backside, and just like that, it's up to Leo Marvin to defend against this. He does grab Arsenic. He's looking for Otto. The shot's coming out. Otto grabbing him. And Globochem take that map, take the series 4-1 on Bazaar.
That's right, Cotton. And where will we be going next? Is the question everyone wants to know. G-Men were able to put up that 1 point that we asked of them. We don't want to see them get washed out on any of these maps, so I hope that whatever this third map is plays out in their favor, as it should be their choice. But we will have to see. It looks like things are going to go an interesting route. We're going to be hitting Suburbia daytime.
That is correct. Indeed we are. This is an interesting choice by G-Men. So I will refer back to the statistics very quickly. I'm going to be a numbers guy today. So G-Men in all-time history have 5 games on Suburbia recorded with 3 wins. So, you know, good stats, but low numbers for that average. Globochem has never lost a round on Suburbia. Sorry, a game on Suburbia. They have lost rounds, of course. It's an interesting choice to pick into. I wonder if it's, you know, practice for them, or maybe if they've got some new strats, and because I think Suburbia is one of those that teams are coming up with new stuff all the time. It's such a small map, but I see all kinds of new ways of approaching these objectives, and I'm wondering if they, you know, they have a little something up their sleeve to grab maybe one round away from, one map away from Globochem.
We'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Sleepy lost his mind.
He's lost his mind, folks. You saw it here on this Friday, February the 22nd. Sleepy is officially clinically insane. I think all the action broke him. I think that's what it was. I'm gonna stick with that. But we are glad, despite Sleepy's lunacy, that you guys have decided to tune in with us. I am seeing some of those bits drop in the chat. Thank you guys. That all goes to support the casters in what we do and bringing all this hot action to you as often as we can. We've got a weekend full of games. We'll talk about it briefly in the wrap-up after this game is over, but lots of action for you this weekend. Lots of games being played. Button Cup is in full swing. It's just a good time to be an Onward player and an Onward lover.
Yes, it is. Absolutely correct. There are so many casts coming up this weekend. It is ridiculous. I don't know who motivated our casters to decide to cast just about every freaking game going on this weekend, but man, they have stepped it up. The team is trying their best to cover everything, and even some returns, some old familiar faces coming back this weekend. But we'll go over that, as Noman said, later on in the post game, where we talk to you for a little bit.
Absolutely, and won't have to hear us bantering for much longer. We're going to be jumping into round 1. Map 3, Suburbia.
Y'all want to have dinner with my wife?
Fight.
And Swooty and his wife whenever I'm there?
I do, but I think we're playing the past.
Dinner plans being made on Globochem, so I think their strategies are all set. I hope I'm invited. And now the offense getting set up. So we are seeing this burning building objective, one of my personal favorites to watch. Getting attacked, a little bit of pre-fire coming out there from 404. Not going to find anyone on the defense, and some long-range nades here do catch Chief Pineapple. A great one coming out. Swooty throwing one, downing Raphael, and Raphael, I think, was holding a grenade. Maybe he had C4 on him.
No, I think he was holding a grenade, maybe.
No, it was too immediate. It had to have been C4 detonation, because I think I heard the C4 blow up. I think Swooty just got the first grenade to C4 chain kill on a cast. Somebody check my facts, but
I didn't know that was even a thing. Grenades blowing up C4.
they do indeed, and why we need to play more as casters. And the grenades are still raining down on the defense, just a little bit too far to catch Mix out there. Otto in a very forward position. Could be looking to catch Leo Marvin and Pineapple out, but the grenades still coming out left and right.
Chief Pineapple, when he threw that grenade, said, that one's a beauty.
50% confidence for sure. Otto did hear those footsteps, rushes around, grabs Pineapple, and Globochem just like that evens it up to a 4v4.
That was a good pick.
That's the caster meme for this weekend.
I still like the Garrote thing regarding updating your OBS package, Buxton. I still want to see that one.
Yeah, we'll work on that after this game is over. And now the offense pushing up on Arsenic's position. 404 going to run into Arsenic pretty quickly. Lots of nades raining down. Boy, am I glad I'm not following all of them, because so far only one has really, or two have really connected. But the poke and hopes have ended, and now it's up to Brass and 404 to try to clear Arsenic out of this building. He is sandwiched here. If they make the approach at the same time, old Brass getting a little too aggressive. Arsenic gonna grab him, but 404 needs to be checking. He's quiet. He grabs Arsenic, not giving himself away too much. And now Thunderpilot laying down fire on his position. Swooty grabs Auto. Leo Marvin with the confirm, and now it's two members of Globo remaining, 3 on the approach to the objective. Mix now moving up, making sure that he's got eyes on that objective side. But if the smokes come out like that and they're good, we could be seeing a cap here. This would be pretty crazy. 404 and Thunder tied up. Thunder grabs that nice headshot over the barrier, and it's a 2v2. Leo Marvin's got pad out. He's in the smoke. Is Mix gonna be aware?
So good, Mix can't see him. Oh, he can't see him.
Oh, he put the
Such
gun,
good
he
smoke.
put the pad out, and he put the gun in, but he switched back. He's got the pad out. He's on the cap. Thunderpilot picks up Swooty
dropped
as he
the
rushes
smoke.
up for the diversion, but he's got time and a half. They need to check this. They didn't check it. G-Men grab the cap, go up 2-0, and a
Wow.
great diversion play there from G-Men. Get them 2 points.
Oh, that was such a good play. Oh, the smoke works perfectly. Mix didn't see a thing. He didn't even realize that the smoke was moving. He might have just assumed that it was the smoke canister rolling on the ground, moving. So Dr. Leo Marvin playing that one perfectly, not even getting too rushed to drop the smoke. He kind of waits. The defense settles, drops the smoke on the ground, pulls up the tablet again, and goes to work. And the defense didn't even know he was there. I mean, that is just beautiful right there.
Yeah, that was a textbook play for that objective, and you gotta wonder why, when there's smoke on objective, you do not rotate into it. That's asking for trouble. But nonetheless, G-Men go up 2 points. They do, however, have to defend the mirrored push from Globochem on that same objective. So we'll see if they can learn from their own teachings here and deny Globochem this potential cap.
G-Men better watch out for the grenades is all I can say, because all those grenades that the G-Men threw on their attack, well, they can expect them back tenfold when it comes to the return attack from Globochem. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of precision grenades coming out right at that house. Any defenders close are going to be in some trouble, I have a feeling. But we will have to see, and we're going to see right now. It's only round 2. There's already 2 points on the board. G-Men are up in map number 3 on Globochem on Suburbia. Let's find out who's got it.
Sleepy, I'm keeping my camera elevated. I'm not getting into the nitty-gritty of this action until we see at least 4 nades come out from both teams, because I don't want to miss any of that hot action. I'm pretty sure I missed the grenade to C4 chain combo kill. How unfortunate that is.
So far, though, the only smokes we've seen are defensive smokes.
And shots coming
Auto's
out from
gonna
Auto
find
there.
404, yeah.
Does grab that kill. Auto responds quickly to Swooty's
Oh my
check.
gosh. Auto is on a tear right now. Chief Pineapple just on the other side.
Here's the
He pushed
grenade.
through hard enough, he does. No one's there to cover the refrag on the Chief. Chief might find 2. He does. He finds Raphael. Arsenic coming around 24. Will he find him? No. Silent. Raphael's grenade that he had in his hand is going to find Chief. And Arsenic is going to finish him off with a double tap. But now it's just the 2 remaining members of the G-Men defense on the objective. The smoke comes out, but it goes too far. Going to be pretty much completely ineffective here against the defense.
Yeah, and Arsenic's going to be looking for this pick through the bushes. I don't know if he's spotted Branston out there. We didn't hear the call out, so I imagine he has not yet. But yeah, this is not looking good for G-Men. If they can keep this to just a round loss and not a cap, they could still be in a good position.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke's now coming up from Arsenic, also not very effective.
Ooh, Brass the mouth, a beautiful pick from underneath the tank, a headshot on the Thunder Pilot, and that's gonna take away their elevated advantage. Mixologist.
And the nade from Arsenic. He was holding a grenade down by Leo Marvin. And unfortunately, Mix was in the radius. And down. Oh, wow, that is some unfortunate luck in positioning, but still great plays there by G-Men right at the end to grab those 2 crucial picks. Leo Marvin on the key rotation to grab Arsenic as he rotated around to lane 4. And the trades came out, and just that, you know, that's that timing thing we talk about a lot of the time. It's just sometimes you die, and you just so happen to be holding the grenade you were going to send their way. And it didn't pan out. But G-Men now up 3-0. I mean, they really, they don't have to win this offensive round. They really could just take it to a defensive round, but they're gonna have a hard time. The objective they're gonna be working with is the Northwest Street objective on the white car. Very difficult one to cap, and equally as difficult one to defend when playing against Globochem, but a great showing from them so far nonetheless.
Yeah, that is correct. And you know, if G-Men can manage to take this last round and win this map 4-0, they'll have kept the score line 8-7 overall. So they won't have won the series, and they won't have won everything, you know, but they will have kept it within 1 point to Globochem, and that is something to definitely be proud of. It's been a great game, and some rounds just swung towards Globochem when they could have went towards G-Men as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The series has been much, much tighter than the score. I mean, the score isn't even that wide on either of the maps we've played so far, but even closer still. And some pre-fire shots coming out from Brass there. No one's going to be in a position to catch them, and grenades are coming out. Going to be a little short. Oh, a decent bounce there on that last one towards Thunder Pilot. And Swooty does grab one. Raphael going down in lane 1. Yeah. Swooty going to be looking for that confirm, but Otto's here. He is waiting. He wants this. The double tap comes out. The nade comes out from Otto. It's a flash. Not gonna land. Smoke's now coming out from the offense. They know they've got that one.
Quick. G-Men are in a position they can do some damage here. Utility is being used up. It's stopping a push that's not even really happening. The defense is stacked so tight, they don't want another cap to come out and get a 5-0. That'd tie things up 8-8 if the G-Men were able to pull that off. I mean, Swooty and Leo Marvin being very patient, letting their team on the other side of the map get kind of caught up. Now the defense is tossing out the smokes. That's not good. Leo Marvin finds Mix. That's one more defender gone.
Even our 5-3, Arsenic grabs Leo Marvin from the back fence in lane 1, and Otto cleans up Swooty on this approach, and all of a sudden, we are in an even ball game, 3-3.
And Brass definitely heard it. He turned to his left for sure after hearing Otto's last volley of fire. But he missed this opportunity to pop out and maybe find Otto behind that jersey barrier. Now Arsenic set up in the backyard. Thunder Pilot's taking down Chief. It's all up to Brass and all up to 404 to finish off this round. And Brass and Otto just on the other side of the fence. If Otto just makes even the slightest noise, Brass can get him through the fence, and it's not going to happen. Brass is going to walk right out, I think. No, maybe. Oh, Arsenic is going to see him instead.
And now it's just the 1v3, the lone member, 404. Not sure what he's doing back this far back from his team. This would have been the time to make that push, right? I mean,
yeah, he's been way back this whole time. I think he's been using that window to stay safe but elevated so he can see out in this direction and give his team info maybe. I'm not too sure, but as I've watched the map, he's been in that house for a long time, and the rest of his team, as they've been getting mowed down, he's just not really changed his position. So I'm not sure what his thoughts were on that strategy.
Yeah, that was the time to resync with your team and make that push happen again. Shots coming out. Not sure onto who. I think just checking. Just making sure that nobody's behind any fences or bushes. And 404 really just taking a snail's pace here. He's got the time. He's got 3 minutes. But he has got to make basically 3 quick picks in a row, almost without taking a breath.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty unlikely.
Yeah, the approach here is going to be pretty tough. They have tossed out most of their consumables. 404 now, getting an angle on. I think he just peeked away.
Yeah, now he's able to see Arsenic from that open fence, but he doesn't see him in time. Arsenic gets the shot, Globochem gets the point, and stay alive here on Suburbia.
They do indeed, but now it goes to a defensive round. So like I said, they made a great push there, maybe a little bit behind on some of their members catching up on the actual approach to the objective, but a decent attempt nonetheless. But now they're getting this defensive round, and if they can close this out, the scoreline still stays relatively tight. And if I remember correctly, and I think I do remember correctly, this, despite, well, if they win this round, it will be the least amount of points Globochem will have ever scored against G-Men in their history of matches, which is a pretty big deal.
Big deal. I'm telling you, man, teams are knocking on Globochem's door. It's becoming more and more often that the games have come very close, been very tight. So just a little bit more time before we're seeing like the entire top 10, just a gruesome knockdown, brawl, street fight for placement. You know, it's gonna just be that close where you're just gonna have to give 110% every game if you want to stay in the top 10, because a lot of teams are really improving. So
yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, it's something to aspire to, which is good. It's nice to have that goal as a team. Like, we want to be the guys who take down Globo, you know, like that's a nice
that's the
nice
dream.
thing to
That's
have.
The American dream to take
there's
down
also
Globochem.
There's also just a lot of good teams now. I mean, just tons of teams coming up and doing great work. And given enough time, yeah, it's going to be a very contended spot in the near future. But we'll see the contention at hand as we jump into round 4 here of map 3. G-Men up, looking to cinch this map against Globo. And Globo looking to put up some kind of an offense and potentially cap even this score up. We'll see. Swooty's getting very aggressive here in his positioning. None of the members of Globo testing the waters yet. I think they were expecting some defensive grenade checks maybe early on, and Swooty is going to deliver that. A little bit too late. Arsenic is going to go a little wide as well, and neither one of those are going to catch anyone out. Another one by Swooty. Unfortunately, getting hung up on the roof. Thunder could have been a victim there. So now we're starting to see this offense develop. So they've got 2 in the middle, 1 holding the lane 1 approach, and then 2 coming in on lane 4, checking these bushes. As my brother once said, tune into Onward to watch a man stare at a bush. Arsenic checking through that bush, looking to see a defender, but he's not going to find one. The defense very tight on this objective. They're playing exactly the way they should. Trying to lock the offense out. Give them the rest of the map. Just don't let them make the corners that they need to make. Swooty now taking shots onto Raphael's position. Thunderpilot going to return fire. And Swooty just manages to get out of that situation in time. Nade check's coming out. Auto grabs 404 with a long distance air burst.
I'm in lane 3 far back.
And now he is down.
Yeah, Swooty now trying to re-angle onto his attackers from previously. He's going to have a lot to deal with, as I believe Raphael is rocking the shield again. Yes, he is. He's now fired. Thunderpilot's going to come around to assist. Thunder's going to be looking through those bushes. He's not going to be able to see him, though, because of the fence. A frag comes out to check the defender, but nobody there.
404 does find Arsenic there. And they've They've gotten the revive out.
They're still trying to get him.
They've gotten Arsenic down. They don't know they got him down. He's actually calling he did not get him down. Swooty, oh my god, Swooty's still trading here with Raph and Thunder, and this offensive push is really sort of stalled out now. They can't seem to make any ground.
That's absolutely correct. They have not been able to really get anywhere now. They've used up a lot of utility, grenade checking the defenders. One was effective, but he was eventually revived. Ooh, Swooty barely missing Thunder Pilot's bullets there.
And Swooty rotating out. He might catch Mix here on the corner. He's not ready for him, and Mix picks him up. Auto picks up Brass to Mouth, and the defense now behind a man. Now it's 4v3.
Uh-oh, and smoke is out on the objective. Dr. Leo Marvin is blotted out. It's all going to be up to Chief.
Thunder grabs 404.
That's not good. Now Thunder has got the opposite side mixed. If he can hold off and Thunder Pilot can strike together, it's a good chance that they could take down Chief Pineapple and Dr. Leo Marvin, or just Chief Pineapple, and Mix can take the smoke and use it, get right onto the objective, and they could get a cap here and even things up.
Shots ringing out. They're just checking their fences. There's smoke on the far side in lane 4. They are getting members across now.
Oh my god, and Chief is not looking towards Mix. Mix is actually going to be able to get this pick. And Dr. Leo Marvin can't see him. Mix could actually go for the cap here. But he doesn't, and he pays for it. Leo Marvin going to pick up the kill on the Mixologist, and now it's a 1v3. But it is not looking good. They're going to be able to completely surround Dr. Leo Marvin here. They'll be able to have Raphael push directly at him with the shield, give call out information, while Thunder and Auto break off to the sides. The shots coming out now, the suppressing fire. Thunder's on the rotation. Dr. Leo Marvin and Thunder trade, but Globochem are going to find their second point, and G-Men are going to have to find their win on another Barstock round.
Yeah, great plays by Globo there. Very patient play by Mix, but what an awesome, what an, of course he would have. What a firefight there between Swooty, Thunder, and Raph in the middle. I mean, that was just back and forth, checking different corners. Everybody's rotating properly. It was beautiful play by both sides. Just exactly what we expected to see here from these two teams. And that early early toss nade grabbing 404 as well. Get the revive out, but still just a beautiful airburst. We love seeing those. Those are for Buxton. Buxton, if you're here, that's all for you. All for you, buddy. And now we're seeing that Globochem train rolling into the station now. Okay, we're down 3-0, but rally they have as they put 2 unanswered points up on the board. And we get ready to jump into our 5th round?
No.
6th round? Yeah, 6th round.
No, yeah, it is 5th round because G-Men cap.
Oh, that's right, the cap. Second guessing is bad for you, don't you? But we will be seeing G-Men do it as we jump into this 5th round. That's not the right spot. The defense now gonna have to set up for this G-Men push and these G-Men nades and all the stuff we've been seeing today. That early smoke coming out from Raph onto the defense, an interesting decision there. Not sure what the purpose of that is, but either way, the offense going to ignore and push up heavily on this east side. Swooty and Leo Marvin going to run into Auto here very quickly. Swooty's got his shield out. But they're not aware of his positioning yet. Leo Marvin's not even watching the bus. And Swooty's making a ton of noise. Auto's gonna hear this. Comes around, grabs the feet, and he gets both Leo Marvin and Swooty. And the east side has crumbled. Now Brass to Mouth and Chief Pineapple pushing up. Pineapple putting some shots out towards Auto, not gonna land. Thunder Throw the check grenade, but just on the other side of the wall from Pineapple, not going to be able to grab him. Otto now has the shield himself, pushing up into the playground. Pineapple runs into him. He backs off. Shots do come out. He does grab him. Brass grabs Raph as well, and now we're in a 3v3. Thunder Pilot expecting this push around from the bus side now that they've lost Otto and the communication did come out. Brass and 404, though, have to be making some sort of progress towards this objective because they cannot leave Chief by himself as he approaches this defense. There's two defenders here, Mix and Thunder, both staring down. Pineapple taking the pre-fire shots, giving his position away. And he is going to take his time here as he pushes up with the shield. See if he's able to make it across here. Thunder's going to be watching with a keen eye from that porch. Field is bouncing, making noise. I think Thunder's hearing it. Chief now moving up.
He's not going to have his body turned the right way, and I think Thunder's going to be able to capitalize on that. No, or Mix might be able to see him.
Oh, the trade does come out, Chief.
Chief doesn't get Thunder. Oh my God. And 404 is going to finish off Mix. Here's the cap. Here could be the cap right here. Smoke's on the objective. They've got the opening. They need to take it right now.
Arsenic's rotating in. He's got to do this defense. G-Men grab the kill. Quick headshot from 404. Watching that rotation, and G-Men take that third map away from Globochem. And a great play by G-Men on offense. I don't know why I sound so surprised. They played really well that whole series. Disregard my weird surprise voice, but a great series played by G-Men, able to take Suburbia away from Globochem there in map 3, and the series ends. Globochem takes the series 2-1, score of 10-7, but what a series it has been.
My God, you are right. G-Men, congratulations on a hell of a fight. You guys played so very well. And that cap on Suburbia, just brilliant stuff, man. Globochem, congratulations on another win. Of course, you guys had a better game tonight, and it showed. So congratulations to you all. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. We do appreciate your love and support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Send us out of here.
Absolutely. Yeah, real quick, since we did mention it earlier in the cast, we do have a ton of games going on this weekend. I think we've got, I want to say 2 casts tomorrow, and we've got, I think, 4 on Sunday as well. The Button Cup is in full swing, so we're seeing the EU and NA teams duke it out for world domination on the Onward stage. But yeah, I think that is going to be doing it from us today. That will be the last match of the day, but we appreciate you guys hanging out, dropping those biddies, dropping those subs, hanging out in the chat. You guys are why we do it, and that is going to be Noman with a 4 and Sleepy signing off.
Good night, everybody.